Back in October, the Bears lost a thriller in their last game against the Lions. Can Detroit do it again? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, CD, you think about matchups in the NFL, you're usually thinking this offense versus...
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 24 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And this will be a Bears first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down is not going to get off the ground as they will get it behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Fields.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Fields on first down.
It's caught. Lockett. A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4. A shotgun snap. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. I don't don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. They hand this off to Harris. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Damian Harris with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after here coming up. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 63 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Brady now to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Bears, they were very good a Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try to keep your quarterback upright.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. A nice little juke. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Brady now on 1st down. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. Going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Brady. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bears take over. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Brady now on 1st down. He'll drop this one off to Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run out of the gun with Swift. Nifty move. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Brady. He's going to look deep down the field.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. And that is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions have taken the lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. But the man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a first down throw, Fields. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
From the 50, here's Fields.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Brady. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Now Brady. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Brady going to throw.
He'll get this off to Swift.
That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. As Ike learned the ballet score. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
To throw is Brady.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And this time he is in.
Raheem Mostert.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st down, it's Fields.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Brady. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Play action. It's Fields. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Throwing on 3rd down. Fields airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Hockenson here. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Chicago.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet him with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Bears 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun now for Brady.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
This is Mostert. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Brady. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he gets going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd.
Brady now to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Again, it's Brady. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw, it's Brady. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Foster Moreau, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And work this forward for about 3 at second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Throwing on first down is Brady.
And this one taken in by Cephas.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Brady to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mostert. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Mostert. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Mostert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Brady. Looking sideline, incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Brady. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or 2 short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
It is fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 31, Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Chicago. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears won't realize is that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Hardy on the return.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. Here's Brady.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Fields now to throw.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go on fourth down. Fields
looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
from the gun. Here's Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing is Brady on third down.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So now Fields and the Bears down by 13. A minute 6 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. Now a first down throw, Fields. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. To throw again on second down, Fields. Finding a safety valve here, that's complete. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 7 yards to pick up there. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Detroit, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.